supposedly the Sacramento Kings fans want to start a petition to have a statue erected in commemoration of this basketball team. I say, if this statue were to get built, I want Malik Monk to be the biggest person in that statue. I want the statue actually just to be of Malik Monk. Put nobody else there. Just put Malik Monk. That's my one thing. But the Sacramento Kings officially have ended the playoff drought. It was 2005 to 2006, the last time that this team had made it to the playoffs. They have clinched the playoffs. They have clinched their seeding. They have done it. What do you think about this, buddy boy?
2005 was a good year. Yeah, good for them.
I was trying to think of something so fucked to reference in 2005, and it just didn't come.
Tiger Woods' Masters win. How's that? Try that one on for size. Good for the Kings, man.
Sean Alexander, 2005 NFL MVP.
No shit. That's sweet.
37.
Who's on the cover of that, Madden?
05 was Donovan
McNabb. Yeah.
No, 06 was Donovan McNabb. 05 was Ray Lewis. 07
right.
was Sean Alexander.
Yeah. I know it was one of the best Maddens ever.
Yeah, that was a good run from like 04 to 07.
I think we've done this. We've done this before. We've gone through the Maddens.
We have gone through the Maddens. Though the Kings right here, you got De'Aaron Fox, who's going to be the inaugural Jerry West Clutch Player of the Year. And then you got yourself Domantas Sabonis. And with Pierre, a.k.a. Pee Wee the Plug, we kind of sat here and said that if we had to say for like the guys that are top MVP candidates, you know, you got your top three, Jokic, Giannis, Embiid, then you got your Luka, then your Tatum, and I think everyone's in agreement. Like after all those guys, it's Sabonis, and if the Kings had a better record, or if Tatum and the rest of the guys weren't having as great as a season, Sabonis would be a top 3 MVP candidate. Sabonis, the 7'1", following his father's footsteps. Sabonis, who's actually, you know, this team actually has an 118.9 offensive rating, best offensive rating in NBA history.
Times are changing.
What are your thoughts? Well,
I'm running out of new things to say. Just give me the damn playoffs. Keegan Murray broke the record last night, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, dude, that great point. What do you think about that? And also, can we talk about the Keegan Murray trade? Not that it's like dissipated. It just we aren't talking about it as much. I felt like in the beginning of the year, everyone talked about Keegan Murray. Is it just because his game's not flashy?
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
He's also on the Kings.
I know, but they've been the story all season. I just don't.
Not
why?
Really.
You don't
Nobody
think
really
so?
talks about the Kings. No, I mean now they are, but
well, I want to say that the reason why I'm saying this is I feel like Keegan Murray has been the most consistent rookie for the entire NBA season. That like he's done the same thing every night. Like there hasn't been a drop off where like, oh, it's a bad month for Keegan, or that we were like, oh, he's having an insane month. He's just done the same shit every game, day in and day out. And that's where I want to ask you, why don't you think Keegan's getting the like hype? Because that's the other thing is like everyone's not even. I don't even think people have him as a top 3 rookie of the year candidate, because everyone's like it's Paulo, J-Dub, Benedict Mathurin. Like they only throw Keegan Murray, and this is a guy who started 74 games, averaged 12 points, 45% from the field, 41% almost from 3, 5 rebounds, 1.5 assists, about a steal a night, half a block. Like, am I dumb for thinking that like Keegan Murray deserves more recognition? And I lied. He started 72 out of 74 games so far.
I mean, technically he's only averaging 11.9 points a game. So I think people are drawn into numbers scoring numbers, and Keegan's the guy
Post All-Star, 12 points. 12.1.
Some would say 11.9 is 12. So, yeah, he started his rookie year really hot, but it's not like he's bad. He's really consistent. He's really efficient. I think, yeah, it's just not necessarily flashy like Jabari will have. Jabari's averaging 12 points a game, but it's not nearly as efficient as Keegan. So,
Keegan.
He's really good. He's just great. Like he'll take 10 shots a night, and 7 or 8 of them will be threes. And 40% of them will go in. So I think, yeah, I guess it's just not the flashiest. And then the Kings fans are, I mean, they're seeing it, but I really don't think people watched Kings games until post break, where it was like, okay, the Kings have one of the hardest remaining schedules. They're probably going to fall here, and that'll be that. Still, nonetheless, they'll make the playoffs. It'll be a good first season for Mike Brown, Coach of the Year. But I just think the Kings in general, no one really gives a shit. Now they do, though. Now they're on the radar.
I also didn't realize Keegan Murray, his first 5 games, he averaged 17.5 points.
He averaged like 17 something in his first month in the season, and I believe the first 2 games he came off of the bench for this Kings team. Yeah,
it's crazy. As like for the season, he's like averaging like about 9.5, 10 field goal attempts a game. In those 5 games where he was averaging 17.5, he was taking 13.5 shots, still shooting like 50% from the field, and taking 7.5 threes compared to right now where he's taking about 6.5 threes. So, and he was shooting 39.5%. So it just shows that only reason his numbers are like this is because he's like the 4th or 5th option.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
When we assume potentially Harrison Barnes either is gone after the season, or if he is brought back, he's, moving down the pecking order. But
I mean, he's already kind of down in the pecking order just because you have it's almost like Keegan, and so you have Sabonis, you have Fox. It's almost like Herder, Barnes, Monk, and Keegan. They're all kind of like your combined. They all average around the same points per game. I think Harrison Barnes, I don't think he'll be back. So I'm curious what they do to fill in that gap, because I mean, there was that one game where Sabonis and Fox was out, and I think Barnes had like 30.
Well, Barnes could always come back because Mike Brown was his coach in Golden State.
Yeah, I think it's like Chris Middleton, where people are just kind of assuming.
I actually think Chris Middleton's leaving,
and I think Harrison Barnes is gone. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't make why go.
Yeah, Chris Middleton makes sense